Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Expanse Day, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. We're watching Season 1 of The Expanse, Episode 8, Salvage. What am I going to tell you all? This show's awesome. This show's absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest that you watch it. If you have seen it and you're taking this journey with me, thank you so much, friends. This is the absolute best. The Expanse community is amazing, and I am privileged to say that I am a proud member of the churn. If that's even, I'm in it, I am in it, I'm in it, my friends. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You'll be alerted anytime we continue our churn with The Expanse. And of course, if you want any of that early or in its full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description. But of course, my friends, all that is then, this is now, and now it's time for the greatest show I've experienced in an age. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Right into it, baby. Right into it. Okay, this is Miller's ship, I think. I would have given anything to be a passenger, just to say I was in The Expanse. That's Julie's chain. Is it religious, I wonder?
Salesman?
No, I'm preparing myself for the Naboo.
Oh, LDS.
Mormon.
Yes. A different kind of salesman. But don't hold that against me.
I actually like this guy. Please don't be evil or bad or whatever.
I don't get the impression you're a man who has accepted Jesus Christ into his heart.
Guess I'm just not that desperate. I mean, nobody really knows what's out there. Can't come back.
Well, you're right about not coming back.
He'll never see the planet. In 100 years. Escalating tension between Mars, Earth, and the Belt. Oh, I'm going to have to read all this stuff.
You guys might be getting out at just the right time.
Yeah. Asteroid BA. Okay, this is the Rocinante. After last episode, my friends, after this series, I'm tense.
These were the coordinates we were given.
Is it in the asteroid?
Alex, take her around. Let's have a look-see.
If there's somebody here, they know you're doing that. Thank God for Alex. Yeah, give her a look-see inside there.
Alex, hold up. Swing back.
Oh, God, this show. Oh, I love it so much. I can't see. What is that? Is that a ship?
It's a stealth ship.
Just like the ones that killed the Donager.
Oh, shit. That means it's got rail
I
guns.
don't want to blast it. Easy there, partner.
I kind of do too. Oh, we're in the credits. We're in the credits. These credits need to be like 20 minutes long so I can get through the initial adrenaline blast. Doesn't help that I'm highly caffeinated right now. Oh my God, is this the Naboo? Unreal. The size of that. Now that's Tycho. Okay, so now those still huge.
A lot of Martian soldiers gave their lives for this information. I need to know why.
Okay, so if this is that Yao got from her helmsperson and then gave to Lopez and Fred took it out of Lopez's like chest piece, then this should have all the information on all the craft that because she said to mark and get idents for all the craft that we're attacking.
Kind of busy.
It's not asking. It's so badass.
What the hell's that?
I was hoping you could tell us.
Looks dead.
Oh, yeah, you're a great help.
This is not a design I've seen before. It must be one of the new
It's
Martian.
not Martian.
No one else built stealth. No one else can afford to. You guys are out here to salvage this.
We're not on a salvage mission.
Fred Johnson is a terrorist. You can't.
We're not on a salvage mission.
That's right.
Main airlock's open, but the hull seems to be intact.
There can't be anybody alive in there. Well, maybe.
Remember what happened the last time we went into one of these?
Yeah, well, this time we got guns of our own.
Yeah, I like that. The Rocinantes, she's tough.
What? Why?
And meet your new bodyguard. He so much as breaks a toenail. You're hitchhiking home from this rock.
Holden, I mean, you are writing checks your ass can't cash, man. Actually, I don't know that. Holden might be an amazing fighter. I don't know if he can take, I don't know if anybody can take Amos, so just personally speaking. Stone cold. My man is stone cold. God, this show is so good. I like this show so much. I like docking procedures. Okay, who's going over? Naomi?
Your feeds are looking good.
Oh, babe.
You can't just treat me like some kind of
Canary in a coal mine?
Sure we can.
Hold on to your helmets. Docking tunnel is engaged.
Especially you with your cracked one. They didn't even give Kenzo a new helmet. Now I just see TTRPG stuff. I see encounters. I see scenarios and set pieces. So good. So fucking good. Okay, so Alex is the only one left back on the Rocinante.
Looks like somebody got spaced.
your kind of ship.
We'll find out soon, buddy. So we're heading for a confrontation of the physical nature between Holden and Amos, aren't we? That'll be a very interesting day. My stomach's starting to... Just a FYI, anytime I get into... I'm not good with horror movies or scary stuff. My stomach starts to talk. I will make sure and try to edit it out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that the... That's Juliet's. That's Juliet's. That's Juliet's. That's the ship she was on. That's the room. That's the octagonal hallway. So this is the ship then. It was not the Scopuli. This is the ship that had the sphere in it. Empty suit, right? That's what she walked by. This is it. This is her ship.
This is a Belter suit.
This is definitely not a Belter ship.
Is there any, I hate to say this, piece of a person? The fucking Scopuli.
Guess that explains what happened to the crew of the Scopuli.
I mean, that's just their suits.
This is the ship. The one that killed the can. It has to be.
So if that's the case, they killed the Cant with Juliet on board. If she's still alive, she'd almost have to be for this to work.
I'm gonna check engineering, see what shape the reactor's in.
I'll go with you.
I was gonna take a drink.
We need
Fuck
to
that.
check the ship's systems and logs. Take him with you. It'll be useful.
Will he? Or will he try to get the drop on Amos?
Come on, Tweety Bird.
Oh, I love him so much.
You guys need more eyes over there. Let me see what I can give you.
All right, sweetheart, what do you got for me?
Alex reminds me of a friend of mine. He looks a lot like him. I think that's why I'm sympathetic to him too. So if Alex has a secret, I'm gonna get tricked by it because he looks like one of my good buddies.
I didn't exactly sign on to the Cant to make friends.
Why did you sign on to the can?
So I wouldn't have to have conversations like this one.
Good answer, Naomi. Okay, is this Alex sending over this like little drone?
All the airlocks are open. No doubt about it. This ship was vented on purpose.
Whew, Jesus.
Bay's empty too. There should be a short-range shuttle parked there, but it ain't.
Folks, I do believe somebody got away.
That might be Juliet. Great shot. I don't have to tell Amos this, but don't let that guy out of your periphery. He's a cool character. You just can't trust him at all.
Looks like we got it safe.
Pay attention to him, Amos. Amos.
All systems green. Do you want me to fire up the reactor? This will go quicker if we had some lights.
Whew. Okay. I fall into the show.
Someone cut through the hatch.
That's the MO. Is it a breaching charge or a cut? breaching charge. That's them. Is that SOS?
The reactor was shut down properly. So why did someone need to break in to do it?
Oh boy. It's not active.
What the hell is that?
It looks like metal with some growth on the outside of it. Destabilize us. Boom, boom. Back to the UN.
Tycho is an Earth Corp. We have jurisdiction.
The Belters won't see it that way. They'll
Right.
think we're lying, and the OPA will make sure of it.
It's done. Moving on.
Ah, all of your valid points.
James Holden will be killed in random street violence on Eros, the murder capital of the Belt. Wrong place and wrong time.
Oh, Franklin.
What now?
Frank DeGraff was found dead in his home this morning.
He took his own life.
No way. What about Craig, though?
We can finish later.
We can finish now.
Okay, so Franklin was taken out for something that he knew, or he was a loose end. I mean, no way he killed himself. No way. I don't buy that for a fucking second.
There's not another soul on board. No bodies, no people, nothing.
That is definitely the ship that Juliet was on. Unless it was the same mod. That's not it. That's her ship. She got out. If there was one person that got out, my money then is on Juliet. But if it's a short-range shuttle, is it like bioorganic? Or is that circuitry?
Can't have you sneaking into comms and calling someone you shouldn't. Feel free to try, though.
Oh my God. It's like somebody like peeked in my mind and was just like, let's make the character that this guy wants. Doesn't know he needs. Okay, there we go. It's crystalline or gel-like. And that must be, because we saw it glow in the first episode, that must be like an inert form of it or dead form of it.
Maybe it's stealth tech stuff. A nanofluid spill that froze when the ship was vented.
No, it was active whenever the reactor thing or whatever the fuck that was on, it was on. Pay attention to him.
The ship's called the Anubis.
Anubis. Spelled Anubis.
Uh-huh.
It's pronounced Anubis, Egyptian god of the dead.
I like Amos even more because he mispronounces things too. Okay, so this is the Anubis.
Ship's in perfect condition. Why would he just leave?
It's not in perfect condition. Whatever that shit is, it might be like a infection.
Whoever was on this ship was headed to Eros from Phoebe Station.
Lopez said they found everyone on Phoebe dead. Some toxic spill or something. I'm getting a real bad feeling about this.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Hold them behind you!
Jesus.
Back off! We're coming in!
It's reactivating?
For a second, it felt like that thing was...
It was alive.
Yeah.
What are we dealing with
Cut
here?
out the computer cores, it's time to leave.
Some type of like biological weapon? There's no alien stuff in this, I don't think, right?
Get us out of here!
Love that ship. Cool ass ship.
I got hooks in systems all over Eros. Let me help you find him. And if I do, you let me walk.
Okay. When we find Polanski. Not before.
Do we have any
Anybody
arguments?
object to us turning that ship into scrap?
Hell no.
Well, I do.
Anybody except you.
You control that ship. You have a bargaining chip. Why would you destroy something you control?
Because that ship is a weapon. Torpedoes armed and ready.
Oh, they've got torpedoes. I thought they only had guns.
Fire.
Oh, look at it flip backwards. That is cool as shit. Wow, that was way more explosive than I thought.
Remember the camp.
The paladin can't be vengeance. It has to be justice. This place is a bit of a shithole, isn't it? They are definitely waiting for you. They know you came here because Octavia Sold you out. That's the craft. Oh, Jesus. I'm just figuring that out. Okay, so the 1A craft is the shuttle that they had parked getting dock fees. Got it.
I mean, if she's here, she's gonna be in some trouble.
Son of a... Is this guy playing a game?
How about I sponsor you around?
It's got OPA tats.
More luck when it's not your money.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
And it was Lionel Polanski.
Oh, it's all coming together.
Sammy.
You seem sober. That's the biggest surprise of the night.
Huh.
Open the door. I'm taking this one for a walk.
Okay, so he must be part of that CPM Security Corp.
And where's my damn hat?
What? Miller's hat belongs to this guy?
The CPM guys are a pack of criminals with badges.
Okay, so he's not CPM.
She could be hardcore OPA, who helped bomb those ships to start a goddamn war. Who'll put a bullet in your head the minute you knock on her door.
Yeah.
But you're still gonna pull on that thread, aren't you?
Profiled her. He's got his, right or wrong, he's got his view of Juliette Mao. And I think he's right.
I believe in her.
I've never met her.
It's probably gonna beat my ass when they check the logs. I knew you wouldn't take no for an answer.
Nice.
Lana Polanski, that's the name she used when she registered the shuttle. Someone with that name is registered at the Blue Falcon.
What's that? Where is it?
It's a flop house courtside.
Ooh, episode 8, do we actually get in the flesh Juliette Mao?
It's a real-time tactical record of the Donninger battle, right down to the millisecond, with full sensor logs and analysis.
This must have come directly from the CIC.
They also got high-res images of the attacking ships.
Well, they did fly closer to those ships than anyone else in the system. Unfortunately for them.
Doesn't sound like Fred knows the ships, though.
So what are you going to do now?
He seems shook.
It's not a bad district, though. I'm telling you, if you guys like okra-infused tank-grown ribs, there's a place on level 6 that's pretty good.
Please shut your word hole.
Your word hole.
Last place the name Lionel Polanski showed up on the nets was here.
Oh my God, everybody's... Oh, Jesus. He has a TAC team ready? No, it's your fault for trusting this guy. Kenzo's gonna be the first one dead by Amos's hand if shit goes sideways.
System's acting up today.
Those are not customers. So this is a flop house, though. So this is up Amos's alley, since this is where he grew up. He's seeing threats everywhere. I love this guy. They're delaying them to get everybody set and in position. It's a kill zone.
A room here. Lionel Polanski.
Can't see if that guy's got belter tattoos, or belter, OPA tattoos. Yeah. Setting up the kill.
I got an L. Polanski in room 22. Call up for you?
No, it's a surprise thing. Thank you.
Who just sat down there? Was that Alex? Yeah, Amos has sussed this out.
Maybe I should go up on my own, not freak the guy out.
Maybe take Amos.
Alone is fine.
You're gonna need Amos down here in about 2 seconds. He's figured this out. Oh. Good move. Good move. A couch isn't going to do much, but it'll... Ooh.
Run out of ammo!
What do you got planned, Amos? Oh my God, they're all together. It brings tears to my eyes. He knows you.
James Holden. Should just follow you around, don't it, kid?
You cop.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Semi. Listen, you're gonna get an alert from the Blue Falcon. Shots fired, a bunch of dead bodies, so I sure hope it's you who answers that call.
Hey! We need to talk. Who the hell are you, and what are you doing here?
This is so cool.
Now, any second, there's gonna be another group of thugs coming through that door, this time with badges. Touch me again. There's gonna be another body on the floor.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I need a... Amos is like, Amos is like, I completely understand this guy. Oh my God, I love this fucking show. God, this is so good.
Don't.
Great reflexes, Alex, but leave the killing to Amos.
Oh, God, what's that smell?
Sweat.
Sweat?
Ozone.
Wow, that's a pretty good sniffer you got there, Amos. There's her outfit.
Scapulae.
Oh God, bless it, man. I am so nervous. I don't know why. I can't believe they're together. It's almost like it was two different shows to this point.
No, they were turning things off. Same as that reactor.
Nobody touch anything. Wait, wait.
Miller, be careful. Be careful. That shit's here. Oh no.
Oh my God.
It's not Juliet. It's not Juliet. It can't be Juliet. Don't be Juliet. No, 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 no. Is that her? Motherfucker! Every fucking time, man. God, that pisses me off so bad. Okay, my friends, we just got finished watching The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 8, Salvage, and the only thing we have left to do is to talk about it. This show, I mean, there's no real way to describe it. It's, you all know. I mean, you all know. You know, I'm in the middle of this. I'm in the middle of coming to the firm realization that you all have made that this show is in rarefied air. Come on. I have to use my words now and things that come out of my word hole. Unreal stuff. Unreal stuff. And the fact now that we have so many of the principal characters together with Miller joining the Rocinante crew. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a save too. Coming in at the last second, taking those guys out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So let's get into all this. It's very obvious now that we were tracking and luckily I came up with the theory before that the Anubis was kind of at the center of all of this. And I'm sure I'm still just painfully unaware of a lot of things that are going on there. But, you know, through the first 5 episodes, I made my case study that's over on Patreon where I basically outlined what I thought was going on. And I put the Anubis at the center of everything. And I also said that in all likelihood, Juliet was on the Anubis. Turns out that seems to be the case. Again, they could absolutely be switching me up with all that, but I'm going with the idea that it is the case right now. So she made it all the way using that, what they said was a short range, kind of a short range. I think that's what Alex said, shuttlecraft. She made it all the way to Arrow Station. So, but is that really her? I mean, do we have all this buildup for Julie just to find her infected? Okay, okay. I'm going to try to cut down my thoughts here a little bit because I'm just going to spin up and say how much I love certain scenes and things like that, which we'll get to. Um, the characters that were brought in for this, Kenzo played a very important role in that he was able to kind of provide kind of a topical information as he tried to gain information. He was revealing a few things too as he went on. It basically shows what his handlers are after. And at this point, I'm not sure that his handler is Christian via Esteban, who was the guy that actually had him in play for Fred Johnson. Okay, let's back up. The main point for me in this episode, they found the Anubis. It's the stuff that was on the Anubis. That obviously is playing some type of critical, vital role in the story. It seems, okay, from everything that we received here, it was basically the way they were conveying it to us with Naomi and Holden's kind of details of what they thought. You know, you don't really say that something feels alive, but they definitely made a point. The writers, everything that they have the characters say, the writers mean us to remember. And so they're giving it the established characteristic very early of being alive. What do we know about this shit? Painfully little, because we only have that very first top of the series opening where Juliet was, you know, escaped from her room where they found this broken from the inside out, going down to the emergency, the SOS at the engineering, and there when she walked in, and I haven't rewatched this since the editing, but I might be a little off on this. When she walks in, the sphere is completely glowing, like it's completely powered up, and it has that like roiling, licking, gaseous, liquidy shit all over, that flame type of quality. And when Juliet comes in and she's looking at it in like shock, looking at it in shock, she sees something of a humanoid of some kind. I can only assume as a human being, like absorbed into it. Theory spun up from that moment. Now that we know that there's nobody aboard the Anubis and at Juliet is presumably the only person that escaped. If that's the case, and she's the only person that escaped, that means we have the crew of the Scopuli, the crew of the Anubis are all MIA. They also talked about that on, not Tycho, not Eros, Phoebe, Christ. My head is just spinning with theories. When they talked about Phoebe Station, they said that all the bodies were incinerated or absorbed into the walls. Like some shit, like they said frozen, like they were frozen into the walls, I think was the description that they gave, the Martians gave. Okay, so if Phoebe Station was a direct result too of this stuff, whatever this stuff is, this we'll call it the blue for now. This blue, I don't know. I mean, okay, here's a question I don't want answered. This is me asking this question that I do not wish to have answered because I want it to be a reveal. There's been no mention of like alien life, correct? Like we haven't had like, you know, oh, we found bacteria on Mars, or we found you know, some form of life on Saturn or an asteroid. I don't remember them saying anything like that. I don't remember seeing anything on like telefeeds or newscasts or anything like that like spoke of alien life. I don't remember anybody talking about alien life. And obviously, I mean, they didn't talk about, I mean, there's no talk of alien life, period. And certainly no talk of like sentient alien life. So I would kind of, I don't want to get off in the weeds and say, oh, you know, they were infected by alien something or other. No, because we don't have any mention of that yet. No mention whatsoever of that. And if we're in solar system, the solar system seems explored enough that there's nothing that could, something would have had to have come from outside the solar system in to bring in like alien life. You know what I mean? And I just don't think I don't think it's that. So if that's the case, then we're looking at like maybe like a biological weapon. But then if it's a biological weapon, who put it into play? Because if it's the Anubis and the Anubis used it to take out Phoebe, or maybe my original theory was Phoebe had something that the Anubis was going to steal and that the Scopuli kind of got wrapped into because of the initial like series of events. But maybe Phoebe was working on something. It's a research station. Maybe it was working on something biological or like some type of chemical warfare. It would have to be biological though, because they made a point to say it seemed alive. Okay, so some type of spore, organic fungi, something or other. Because whoever that is in the shower, and I pray to God it's not Juliet, because I really don't want Juliet to be dead. I would love to see that character more. But I mean, God, in this show, she's probably dead. It's just it's amazing that you have this kind of this carrot that everybody's been following and you end up with her dead. I mean, there goes like every lead. There goes like every, I don't even know where you can like where would Miller continue his investigation? I mean, he found her if that's her. But all the information that he's gathered so far, and of course, all the things that the Rocinante crew has learned, it all kind of stops with Lionel Polanski or Juliette Mal. I certainly hope it's not, but she looked super duper fucking infected. And they said, someone put up a hell of a fight in the room, and someone said no, they were trying to turn things off. So if that's the case, and if Juliet was infected by that stuff, we do know that it feeds on power. And as soon as the reactor was turned back on, it started to wake up. The blue started to kind of creep out over that kind of inert body of it. So if that's the case, maybe she was trying to reduce its power sources, like take away its food, but she's super fucking infected and she has to be dead, right? She's not a lot. Again, I thought Havelock was dead too. So let's just say this. They found her. She looks super infected. It looks to be the same shit that was aboard the Anubis. And we can assume at this point, either from or what had also taken over the Phoebe just because of the way that it was described by the Martians. The Martians, again, incinerated or frozen into the walls. That certainly seems like that shit, absorbing people. I would love to see the seasonal storyboard that this writing team put together, because that in and of itself is a masterpiece. It is a fucking masterpiece, because if they're sitting there storyboarding all this stuff, someone's making the decision, or a group is making a decision to insert a UN scene here, insert a Siri station scene here, insert a Rocinante scene here. No, switch those around, and they're dropping us with these kind of timeline jumping leads. We're getting a bit of information that's ahead of the information the Rocinante just got, but we're getting it early. You know what I mean? So everything's kind of off kilter and everything's imbalanced, which is an incredible way to write a mystery like this, because we're getting information that we don't know we don't need, because we're going to get better information later that supersedes that. And basically, it's all the Juliette Mal stuff. We're getting Lionel Polanski on Juliette Mal, but that's all the same. So we have to kind of now kind of mesh those two areas of inspection together, the Juliette Mal case and then Fred Johnson's, Lionel Polanski case. They're one and the same. It's just so fabulously well done. I can't, I know that everybody's looking at me like, oh, stop saying that, man. Yeah, we know it's great. I can't. I can't. Just the revelations that are brought about by those little moments. As soon as the people walked into the Blue Falcon and they went over to, I guess, the vending machine or whatever that was, the two women went over there, and Amos turned and looked. He's always doing threat assessment, which I love that shit. Whenever he sticks with developing this character, and those little moves, just him looking and him hearing something, and not just slowly drinking in the scene. And as a predator himself, he smelled a kill box. He smelled it. He saw those two guys come in. They bypassed the machine, which means they were not there for that, even though they were standing by it. He noted the woman that came in, the other guy that came in and sat facing one another, that they just looked at their phones, didn't seem to be interacting with the place at all. He immediately realized there was a problem. Couldn't alert the others because that would have alerted the attackers. Slowly undoes his jumpsuit to get access to his gun, and in a moment's notice, he was able to return fire as soon as they sprung their trap. That shit is absolutely amazing. But that's not it. Amos is my favorite, so I'm always going to kind of focus on how his character is being developed. And it just flawless, but there's also little moments like when they're walking up through the hallway of the Blue Falcon, the door opens, Alex pulls his gun out, has it right in the face of this just tenant, right? And what that showed us is that Alex, as a pilot, has fucking hair trigger reflexes. You know, he's capable of getting the drop on somebody and down below, jumping over the couch and pulling it over. That's a seasoned, you know, reflex, dexterous move to be able to do something like that. It tells us more about Alex. So when Alex is in a situation similar to that, requires reflexes or quick thinking or quick movements, he has the ability to do that. You know, if we're thinking TTRPGs, Alex has a hell of a good dex score, you know, we can now take that and add that into our pot of things that are Alex, you know, dexterous. Again, I really, really love the dynamics that's developing with the Miller insertion into the Rocinante crew. You immediately see Amos's respect for this guy. Touch me again, I'll kill you. All right. I like this guy. You can see that Amos is like, you know, game recognizes game. You know, they're okay, got it. However, I think that Amos is a far. I mean, Miller said at one point that he only ever killed one person. I think that's what he told Octavia, that he had only ever shot one person or killed one person, which I find surprising given his kind of level or his duties. But again, he has that hunter mentality. You know, he's not like Amos. He's not a like a predator, but he's a different breed of that type of cat, you know. So they can recognize one another, kind of nod off that you're the big problem, you're the threat, you know. Okay, so we'll respect one another. I strongly believe that there is going to be a confrontation of one kind or another between Holden and Amos. Now, that could easily be just a shouting match in which they come to like a mutual respect for one another, maybe. It could become in something, maybe it gets bypassed if there's some like revelatory information about Amos's background that Holden's going to have to be the one that lowers the temperature between their relationship, because Amos doesn't give a shit. You know, he wants to fight or Holden wants to kill him. That's fucking fine, dude. We'll go ahead and do that. But that's you know, it's going to require the paladin, Holden, to make the initial move for that. But we've got to, it's going to be an interesting day. We've got a storm coming there between the two of them. Now, who's to say that if Miller sticks with the group for any extended period of time, which would be awesome to a point. I'm not sure I want Miller's dynamic folded in with the Rocinante, because I kind of like him by himself, and I think he works best by himself. But again, it might be necessary for a few episodes or whatever to get it done, which I would love. I'd love that. But we'll see. Again, I'm spinning and getting ahead of what the actual events are. I'm amazed that I cannot keep track of time in the show. I can't do it. And I am surprised every time that it ends. But my friends, that's all I can think of for right now. I'll grab more from the editing for my next case study over on Patreon to either support or refute any theories I've come up with so far in the original case study. So my friends, I appreciate all of you, and I feel it now. We're in the churn, and I couldn't fucking love it anymore. My friends, if you do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ringy ding ding that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live on YouTube with any Expanse, Star Trek, any of our sci-fi stuff. We'll let you know. And of course, if you want the Expanse early, I'm several episodes ahead over on Patreon, also in its full-length format. Link to the Patreon is in the description, my friends. But that's all then, and this is now, and it's time for us to say goodbye. So where should we say goodbye from? The Blue Falcon. We're standing there as our friends are smelling the ozone, sick and sweat. Everybody's looking at the body of Juliet Mao, and Holden has just said to touch nothing. Now, we'll see if we keep to that. My friends, until we meet again, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.